In this triple video light review, we're going to review 3 different video lights and you're gonna find out which one you need exactly for your photography or videography setup. Just keep watching. Hi, my name is Jay. Today we're going to review 3 different video lights. The first one is the Andoer LED 64. The second one is the Ulanzi 96 LED. And the last one is the Andoer 204 LED video light. We're going to take a look at the packaging and their basic features. Then I'm gonna give you an idea on how I used these video lights so far and how I broke 2 of these and fixed them. So this is not just a review. This is going to be very informative. Just stick around. So first, let's have a look at the Andoer LED 64 USB continuous LED light. It's not actually USB powered. Don't be fooled. Okay, it has 2 power sources. One is the jack on the back, which takes a standard crown plug anywhere from 4 to 16 volts, it says. You can only use it via USB if you have that cable. You can plug into a 5-volt USB port. It doesn't come with that cable, and good luck finding it, but luckily I have a dummy battery that has that kind of connector. It increases the voltage from 5 volts to 8 volts, so it gives it more power. So if you want to see the review of that dummy battery, it's really useful. It includes that cable that you might need to power this via USB. Going back, you can also power it with 4 AA batteries, and it's not totally continuously adjustable, and the minimum power is already quite bright when you're shooting indoors in a dim environment. Good thing about this one is you can attach multiple units together if you need more power. With the only one piece, it's definitely just good for a fill light. It can't be a key light, especially if you're gonna shoot outdoors. Having a look at the basic features here. Okay, 64 pieces high quality LED beads. I can attest to that. And the color temperature is 5600K. It's pretty cool. You can adjust your camera if you're not satisfied with the white balance. It's pretty lightweight, and I like the soft light coming from it because it has a built-in diffuser. Battery is not included. The USB cable is not included, as it says. The unit weight, 91 grams. Now let me tell you how I broke it. I mistakenly attached an AC adapter which outputs AC. Okay, AC will definitely ruin it. I converted that adapter to DC, but I forgot to add a capacitor, so the ripples coming from the conversion from AC to DC actually destroyed it completely. Stopped working, and the only reason why I can still use it now is I had to bypass its entire circuit board and directly connect the power to the LED bulbs. So I can still use it. I can only control the power now by lowering the voltage coming from the AC adapter itself. So now I'm using a universal adjustable AC DC adapter. Now, moving on to the Ulanzi 96 LED phone video light. It has considerably more power than the Andoer counterpart because it has 96 LED bulbs. It's got pretty good reviews. It's really a popular choice among beginning videographers who are looking for fill lights, and it has 3 power sources. Okay, let's go over these. Okay, it's powered by BP4L battery or 4AA batteries. I also used it on USB, so all in all, it's got 3 different power sources. But if you power it via USB alone with no batteries, you cannot use it at full power. It's probably running at around 1/3 of its full power potential. Unlike when you put 4 fully charged AA batteries, that's the only time when you can use its full power. It has 2 different color temperatures, 3200 and 5500. I find the yellow filter too warm, so I hardly ever use it. Okay, what I do is squeeze in gels in between the white filter and the video light, so I can use it to color the light. I actually use it now for my background. Just a side note, the Ulanzi 96 LED video light seems to consume the most power. Although it's really powerful, it runs the hottest among the 3. It also drains my AA batteries really quickly, especially at full power. So I wouldn't use it at full power for more than 15 minutes or so. The 64 LED from Andoer runs much cooler despite being set to full power, although it only outputs 5 watts. The Andoer LED 64 is still considerably powerful. It runs much cooler and drains the batteries much slower. By the way, going back, the Andoer LED 64 USB comes with this mount that you can use to mount it on top of your camera. It's a 1/4 screw to hot shoe adapter. You cannot swivel it around. It's not totally that flexible. The same thing as with this 96 LED light. It just comes with a built-in mount with a 1/4 screw and hot shoe mount. Okay, so it's dual purpose. You can use it on a tripod. Both come at around 450 pesos, 453 and 429. Okay, it's even cheaper, but this one's more powerful. It's kind of hard to choose between these two because they're similarly priced. Okay, this one is much more powerful, but the build quality, this one seems more durable. It's much lighter, smaller, and still considerably powerful for indoor field light use. The only time I tried using this outdoors, I didn't have any other video lights yet available. You use it for video, use it for field light, and use the yellow one to match the color of the sunlight. It worked, but I could barely see what it's doing. So I wouldn't use this smaller one for outdoor photo shoots or video shoots. So moving on to the third one, the Andoer LED 204. It's continuously adjustable. What's good about this is it outputs 13 watts. It also has two different power sources. On the back, there's a 12-volt jack, and you can also use a battery, NPF series battery for Sony. It hasn't been shipped yet. So sometime later, I'm gonna test these three together and you can see how long the batteries last on these. So please be sure to subscribe so you can see the test. I'm gonna do it sometime in the future when I have the batteries for all of these three. The Andoer LED 204 comes with an adjustable mount. You can swivel it forwards and backwards, but you still cannot turn it around. You're gonna have to mount it on a light stand or a tripod if you want it to be completely flexible. If you want to bounce it or aim it, it's mostly facing forward when you mount it on the camera. You can't even attach it sideways because the hot shoe mount is rectangular. So you can only attach it either facing forwards or backwards. One more thing you need to know about this one is while you're adjusting the power or the temperature, there is a considerable amount of flicker. You can see it with your eyes, but depending on your shutter speed, the camera may not see it at all. It's probably a bad idea to adjust it while recording because of this flicker. Okay, so you're gonna have to hit record after adjusting your power and temperature settings. Well, at twice the number of bulbs with the continuously adjustable temperature, well, I would say this is still reasonably priced at 1,621 pesos plus shipping. Is it worth it at 4 times the price? One more thing to consider before we finish. The maximum power remains consistent regardless of what temperature you choose, from 3200 to 5600K without any significant or noticeable power fluctuations. So at maximum power, it's still going to give you the same amount of light, it just changes color. So it's pretty consistent. I could imagine using all the bulbs will give you more power if you set it right in the middle where both the yellow and the white bulbs are on, but it's not the case. It controls the power, so it's pretty consistent all throughout the temperature range. So it doesn't actually output more power just because it has 204 LEDs. It's like having only 102 LEDs, but still the much larger surface area will definitely give you softer, more flattering light. So far so good. I've been using these three. I broke the 2 small ones by using the wrong AC adapter, and I don't want you to do that. So be sure you connect the AC adapter with the right voltage and the right polarity. And speaking of polarity, the biggest problem I have with this Andoer LED 204 is it doesn't say which way is right. Okay, but I figured I started at a low voltage with a universal AC adapter, and I figured that it's like other video lights that I've used. I'll just put the graphics here or the picture here. The positive is in the middle, negative is on the outside of the plug. So what do you think, guys? Which one are you going to choose? Which one do you think is the most economical and applicable for your purpose? Is it the Andoer LED 64, the Ulanzi 96 LED, or the Andoer 204? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks again for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel before you go. See you next time. Bye!